Hello, and welcome to the Tarot with Titania reading of the week for July 8th to the 15th, 2022. I invite you to close your eyes and take 3 nice deep breaths with me. With every breath, pulling yourself into this present moment, grounding into your beautiful, strong, healthy body. Coming home to yourself and being at peace. I invite you to see a tree root coming down out of the base of your spine, grounding you deeply into this present moment, anchoring you in the here and now, knowing that that conduit is not only grounding you, but it is a channel through which anything that no longer serves you can easily and effortlessly pass down into Mother Earth and become compost for your new good growth. Creator, this is your daughter Titania, and I am here with all of your children, and we are about to do a reading for our personal and collective highest and greatest good. My intention is to be a clear channel for the information we most need to receive right now, and to provide that in a manner that we will easily and effortlessly hear, understand, and integrate for our personal and collective highest and greatest good. I call upon my higher self and the higher selves of all those listening, as well as an overlighting angel of communication, to be present and facilitate this exchange and ensure that we cover all that is in our collective heart and mind at this time to our satisfaction in the window that we have together today. I'd also like to invite the 4 archangels to come and hold the 4 directions around us, creating a sacred container of light, of love, of clarity, of wisdom, of healing, of transformation, of peace. I invite Raphael to hold the east, Michael to hold the south, Gabriel to hold the west, and Uriel to hold the north. Thank you for coming. Anything that doesn't match these frequencies of clarity, of love, of light, of healing, of transformation, of peace, of all the good that is in our hearts is welcome to go now. So let's begin. Okay, Creator. What is it that we need to know this week? Our personal and collective highest and greatest good. That we may be clear and effortless in our lives, flowing with the greater flow of harmony of the universe and beauty. Okay, let's see where we're at today. The recent past, 7 of Wands, the card of courage. Wands are about creativity, inspiration, and passion, the suit of fire. And we see here an individual standing on a rose, which is the symbol of love, with their back against the wall. But you notice they don't have their shield up. They have their sword drawn, but it's not up. It's not in an offensive sort of position. And yes, there is incoming towards them, but the individual is standing in their truth. They're standing in their courage. They're standing in their wisdom. They're standing in their authentic space of who they really are, in that place, defending their perspective. And it's a brilliant card because it just seems so related to everything that's going on right now. This is about the courage of your convictions, the courage of your heart, the courage of your selfness, and loving yourself enough to stand in that courage and to hold space for that. Hold space for your unique expression of what you know to be authentic and true for you. So this is important. It's sitting in our recent past is the position it's holding in the reading today. But what it means is we need to carry this forward with us this week. This is something that we will need to be mindful of as we move forward this week. This ability to, without need to defend ourselves or make other people wrong, to just stand in our convictions, to stand in our heart and our truth and our ability to be a clear expression for the unique voice that we are. And the present card is the card of balance. A very good card in terms of just holding your center, staying within the boundaries, not going to extremes. That is what the card of balance is all about. Swords are about ideas and action. So in our present, this isn't about hauling off on some extreme tangent. This is about really just being present, being present in a neutral, grounded, kind, loving way. And you see she's holding this feather, so there's this expression of lightness, of ease, of almost like floating between the extremes, not getting bogged down by anything, just staying in a peaceful, neutral, grounded space, staying within your energy, in your own field, and not letting yourself getting pulled off of that central space. And the future, the Hierophant, we had this last week, I believe. This is the card of the inner teacher, key 5 of the major arcana. In other decks, it's called the Pope, but the Hierophant is all about that ability that we have to access the broader, wiser part of us when we get still and quiet and go within us. It really behooves us to have a contemplative, meditative practice, something that allows us a space that we create for ourselves to pull away from the outside world and to go within and ground ourselves. And again, this may not be you sitting cross-legged, eyes closed, trying not to think of anything. To my mind, that's one way of doing it, but perhaps not the most effective. I mean, by starting, you'll begin to learn what works best for you, of course. In my own experience, I found that getting out and moving first is what is most conducive to sitting quietly in meditation. I can be in myself and in my body because my body's had the opportunity to kind of move its yayas out. All that jittery, wiry, tense energy has had a chance to move someplace. And so that's why yoga is such a fabulous practice, the Qigong as well, because they're movement practices. You start by moving the body, and then you're still, and then you are peaceful, and then it is so much easier to just drop into the self and to access that broader, wiser field of energy that we are all a part of. So in our near future, the card of what we're moving towards is accessing this wisdom, accessing the wisdom of the inner teacher on a regular basis so that we are coming to life from a very grounded, peaceful, neutral space of our truth, of our groundedness, unafraid to be expressed about who we are and what we have to say, and doing it in a way that doesn't make other people wrong necessarily, because, there's a lot of that on the planet right now, and I don't think it serves us, really. We're all here, we're all different. We all have our own unique ways of looking at things and being. And so it doesn't serve us to make somebody else wrong. I think we do that because we fear. We fear that if we allow someone else their space to do what they're doing, it will somehow negatively impact us. And if we're all coming from a place of do no harm and respect for ourselves, respect for the earth, and respect for others, it changes how we operate in the world. It felt important to say that, so I'll just put that out into the world. Foundation card, why we're having the reading this week, is the card of generosity, the lovely card of the 6 of Pentacles, earth energy. So this is very closely linked to the energy of gratitude and appreciation, coming back to the self, coming back to who am I and what am I here to share? What am I here to give to life? We all chose our gifts, our aptitudes, our abilities before we came. We chose the bodies we were going to be expressed through. We had this all figured out. We aren't just this small little meat suit, as my friend likes to say, with a bit of a personality. We're endless divine beings having an incredible experience here in the human realm where we get to taste and touch and experience and smell and interact and create in this environment, in this container we call life. And so we're each here in our uniqueness and our glory to be all that we're here to be in beautiful ways, and then to turn around and share that with life. It's not about what can we get, it's what can we give. How do we get to share our magnificence, our beauty, our voice, our intentional way of being on the planet, whatever that may be. Once again, not from a place of making anybody wrong, but of celebrating ourselves and creating space for others to be themselves. It's so enlivening to be in the company of people who live this way. And can you imagine what the planet would be like if we all stood in this? We all stood in our gifts, our abilities, and we're generous about sharing them with life. and generous about supporting each other into our radiance, helping each other to achieve what it is that we need to achieve. I just love that vision of life and what it could mean. And it starts with each of us. It starts with you and me saying, yeah, this is who I am. And I love myself enough to share this with you too, so that you can be free to share your gifts and expression in life in good ways. So very interesting, this idea of having the courage of our convictions, the courage of ourselves, the courage of who are we, and standing in love, facing into the world and saying, this is who I am. Not with a need to defend or justify, but simply being in that express state of your uniqueness. And then we have this card in the present moment of being in a state of neutrality and balance and ease and just holding center, holding peace, holding space amidst all the extremes and the extravagances and the weirdness and the bizarre energies of the planet right now. The more of us that can find that calm, still place within us and live from that expressing that into the world, super helpful, not just for us, but for everyone around us. And because we are all connected, we are all part of the collective field of life, we're contributing in a meaningful and important way. Just as those monks in a monastery on a hillside somewhere on the other side of the planet are doing their part, those of us who have the privilege of a beautiful life, of a healthy, balanced life, those of us who found ourselves and know who we are, our work is to hold that beautiful, peaceful space. So our contribution can be greater to the collective. Our peace is good for the collective. The Hierophant, our movement forward, is more into that internal connection to the broader, wiser part of us and fostering that in good ways so that we carry that with us no matter where we are in the world, no matter what we're doing. We have that larger field of life force energy, again, broader, wiser part of us, existing, coexisting. It's not really coexisting because we are that, but having more of that in the field of our humanness as we move around in life, so that we are coming to life from that beautiful perspective of love and enthusiasm and gratitude and appreciation, understanding the privilege of being here in a human body at this time. Whatever our experience is, it is hugely important to understand that this is a rare and precious opportunity, being here now, especially on the planet at this time, because through our unique expression, we're all here contributing to where everything is going. So coming back to the importance of these pieces, your contribution is important. Never underestimate it. Come from your heart, come from your wholeness. To the best of your ability, some of us are still finding our wholeness, but understand that your wholeness is inside of you. Society may make you feel like you're lacking, but you are whole and complete and perfect in and of yourself right here, right now. And the more you tune into that and tap into that, and the more you express that in the world, the more magnificent it gets. Ooh, I'm getting shivers. And then finally, this energy, the foundation card. Why we're having the reading this week is this card of generosity, this energy of generosity, this spirit of sharing the best of who we are and the good of who we are. And it's not always pretty being human. It's not always pretty being who we are. There are aspects of ourselves we're not going to be appreciative and loving of right off the bat. And that's the journey. Learning to understand that even if we aren't perfect yet, we are always striving to be the best that we are. And we will fall down, and so will other people. And when we can be kind and compassionate and neutral and accepting of our humanness while we're here in this form, everything goes much more smoothly. We can be kinder with each other, kinder with ourselves, and that kindness is a good thing for everyone, everywhere. And so this energy of generosity, this sharing of ourselves and our gifts and our love and our appreciation for being here, because Pentacles is the earth element. We are here in human bodies experiencing the earth element. We're here, like I said, to taste, to touch, to sample, to smell, to love, to express, to feel. All of that is the beauty of being human. So our reading this week is very much talking about bringing that broader energy of awareness of who we really are, more of that into the experience of humanness, so that we're not cut off from that wisdom and that broader perspective, but we are having more of it right here and now. So we enjoy this more and we understand it better and we flow more easily and we co-create more magnificently with life. That's what the reading this week is all about, which is really quite something. Okay, so let's pull our card to grow on. With this magnificent reading as our foundation. 7 of Wands, 2 of Swords, Key 5, 6 of Pentacles. Thank you. All right, Creator, with that beautiful, magnificent energy, that understanding of our importance and our uniqueness and the importance of that, what is it that we need to know? What is it that we need to carry forward with us this week so we can be magnificent co-creators with life, doing what we were just reading the cards about, being that neutral, peaceful, centered, grounded person, enjoying this life in all its magnificence with the wisdom all around us. So what are we going to need this week? Ooh, the Chariot. It's interesting because the energy of the general reading is more inward, more grounded, less about bipping around and being in a lot of circulation. But the Chariot is all about movement and fast forward momentum. That, but the really lovely thing about this Chariot card is it's about the energy of our will and our directing of the will into life. So who we intend ourselves to be, what we're holding for ourselves, and our desires to bring that into the world. All of that makes up our will. It's all who we are inside of ourselves. And then the Chariot contains the will, and the will moves the Chariot in the direction that it wants to go. But once you get a Chariot going, it has a lot of momentum to it. They go very quickly, they're very heavy, they're hard to steer, typically, traditionally. But curiously enough, in my deck, we don't actually have a Chariot. We have a maiden riding an elk or some kind of antelope. And I don't know if that's correct, but it's not a chariot. But there's still that sense of fast forward momentum. And in the background, we have some unicorns. The possible of the impossible. So this card to grow on this week is all about coming from that still place within us as we navigate our momentum, as we navigate our fast forward momentum, as our collective and personal changes. We're all going through different things at different points, but that stillness, that balance, that authentic selfness, standing in love, holding more of our broader, wiser part, energy in our human field, and being generous with who we are, that is all inherent in this momentum, this trajectory that we're on. It fuels the trajectory. It supports this fast forward momentum towards the world, the more beautiful world we all know is possible in our hearts and desire, and what we're here to co-create, why we came to be here on this planet at this time. So this week, just remembering that your well-being and wholeness is important to your fast forward momentum, the transformation in your own experience, but also our collective momentum. So again, never underestimate the importance of your good life, of your happy life, of your life full of gratitude and appreciation and savoring the blessings of your day in, day out experience. It's incredible how quickly that can transform our own personal experience in relationship to life, but also our collective experience as more and more of us reach into this, as we grow into this, as we become this. The transformative effect collectively is profound. It only takes a very small percentage of a population to shift the collective. So thank you for your good work. Thank you for your love. Thank you for your persistence. Because we're getting there. We are getting there. All right. And with that, let's close with another prayer. I invite you to close your eyes. Take another nice deep breath with me. coming back into yourself. It's safe to be you. It's beautiful to be you. It is a wonder. It's okay to be grateful for being you and being here now. Creator, this is your daughter Titania. I'm here with all of your children listening to this reading now and in the future. I want to thank you for this wonderful reading this week. They're always wonderful, but I want to thank you for supporting us in our journey as magnificent co-creators with life in human form. Thank you for the reminder of how beautiful and magnificent and wide and expansive we truly are, and for reminding us that we can have more of that here and now with us, supporting us in every aspect of our experience. I ask for love and support and guidance and inspiration for all of us this week. Remind us to stay in our heart, in our centered place, to be authentic and true to ourselves in loving and kind ways, and express that, when appropriate, in good ways, so that we can see and affirm each other and grow together in beautiful, magnificent ways. I want to thank all those who held the space today for our reading. All the grandmothers, the grandfathers, all the angels, the collective energy that holds us in beautiful ways here on planet Earth. Thank you. And I want to thank you for being here this week, once again, for being willing to grow, for being willing to be all that you are, and to shine brightly in the world. I appreciate you. I wish you a beautiful week, and I'll look forward to seeing you again next Friday. Take good care.